No, nobody listens to us anyway. Come on, nobody listens.
I know.
You a married man?
But
really?
But you feel better about doing it.
No, you don't.
listen.
Yeah, I was playing, but don't listen.
Okay, have a good day, honey. Okay, who's next?
I don't know. Now we know what to do.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, the camera right there.
For reindeer.
Come on, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Let's go! Let's play the hallway!
You okay? You know what you're doing? Good.
Too late. I don't know. Is this your spot or somebody else's? As I say, somebody's always bumped you.
Let's go, Iodine.
2 minutes, guys. Thank you.
Hi, Miss Cooper.
My name is Tim Ironman. I'm the head of school at Basis DC. My history with Basis DC is that I joined here in 2015 as the head of school. Prior to that, I was an assistant principal and I taught for 7 years. My vision for this school and students is to be the best school in Washington, D.C., and I hope for our students to be successful, independent leaders and thinkers in the future. At least 55% of our students are proficient in reading and math, the reason being our hard-working, dedicated teachers who have an expertise in each of their subjects. I believe my personal role in the academic growth of our students is that of a facilitator for excellent learning. I want my staff to be prepared, trained, and diligent in their education of all of our students. Our academic expectations are for hard work and diligence throughout the day and continued work at home at night on their homework as well. I believe the main cause for student achievement is through hard work. Obviously, natural intelligence is a nice addition, but by no means a hindrance for students who aren't naturally intelligent. We believe we can bring the hard work intelligence out of all of our students. We keep track of our students' academic progress through continual updates to parents and progress reports, as well as written notes home and emails as well. Our behavioral expectations for our students are that they are well behaved while in this building and treat our students and staff with respect. We enforce rules through collaboration with our staff. We have a Dean of Students and a Director of Student Affairs who help work with our students on both academic and behavioral expectations. We reward good behavior through several different incentive plans, both in the class and out. We have a whole system of currency here known as basis bucks, and as long as we don't get too many counterfeit, we have a great way of rewarding our students. I do believe we're personally responsible for the development of our teachers. We provide a week-long training session out of state for new teachers, and then for returning teachers and new teachers alike, we have a 2-week acclimation process to our school. We also offer continual professional development throughout the week, every Tuesday. If we have a vacancy, we actually have a national team that helps us recruit from all different levels, from the college level, from other school districts, both in and out of Washington, D.C. We evaluate teachers by doing frequent drop-ins, formal observations, and we measure their data across all of our schools to see our students' individual progress. We engage parents through our weekly newsletters, Facebook posts, Instagram, Twitter, every social media you can think of to get our students and parents excited about coming to Basis DC. My availability to parents is very often. I am out there on traffic every morning. I am accessible via email, phone calls, and I welcome parent conversations with monthly coffee chats both in and outside of the school.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and look at your persuasive letter. Notice the grade I gave you. The grade I gave you is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or on D, the rough draft. If you have a 5 or 6, I want you to continue getting 5s or 6. You're doing well, you can always improve. If you have a 1, 2, 3, or 4, your job this year is to get up to a 5 or a 6. So you'll keep writing, I'll keep giving you feedback, you'll see whether your score is going up and down. You can go ahead and experiment, but eventually what I want is everyone to be writing at a level of a 5 to 6. All right, so 6. There's our rubric, we already saw it. And I need some opinions. Let's see how much you remember. This is a 1. Why is this a 1? Go ahead.
This person isn't explaining their ideas.
They're not explaining their ideas. It's very, very short. There's not a lot to say here. It is short. It's not a lot of ideas. How about a 2? Why is this a 2?
There's a lot of spelling mistakes, like principal and really appreciate.
One thing is spelling mistakes. What else is wrong with this?
That they are repetitive and they keep on saying, he did this, he did that, blah, 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 blah.
Very repetitive. Even these two parts are repeating here. What's another reason this is a 2?
They don't get to the point, they don't tell us who the author is.
They don't tell us the point. And one more. Go ahead.
It's more like a list rather than for paragraphs.
It's not explained enough. This is a list.
You also get this.
How about 3? Why is this a 3? What do we remember? If you need to read a little bit, go ahead. Go ahead. Is this the one sentence one? Nope, that was the other one we saw. This is not one sentence. Go.
It's very unorganized. There's no paragraphs. You can't really tell where he's stopping and.
So we do have paragraphs, but take a look at this. That's the introduction. That's the conclusion. There's no real introduction, there's no real conclusion. And if you read through this, you'll see that this is not explained well. It still has spelling mistakes and the language is boring. Yes?
It doesn't really prove that he knows the author very well. He just like stating facts.
Notice that this person did not establish a reputation. The introduction is a great place to establish it. This person didn't do that. Yes?
Where does it say who the author is? Oh, it does. It does.
Right here.
It does.
All right? How about a 4? Why is this a 4? What do you remember about 4s?
Well, it definitely has a lot more information than the 1, 2, and 3. And there are a lot less spelling mistakes and punctuation mistakes.
What's the major thing you see about this? Format-wise, what's the difference between a 4 and everything else?
It actually has paragraphs.
This one actually has paragraphs. What else?
Oh, well actually I was thinking that they had a lot of question marks in places that you don't put down. So they are hilarious.
For this one? See, I think what this person knows, this is that's an exclamation point.
Oh, but it says, have you ever been, oh.
This one is. This is a rhetorical question, but that is an exclamation point. Don't do this.
It's one of the like
Yeah.
bubble ones.
Don't do it. All right. How about a 5? Why is this a 5? What do we remember about 5s?
What's good, it's a lot longer than all the other ones, and it actually has paragraphs in it.
Paragraphs, the spelling gets better, the language gets better. Remember, word choice, fluency. And the 6. Remember, a 6 is, a 5 is fantastic. You get a 5 in my class, you have 100. You'll probably get extra credit for a 6. This means you know what you're doing. You can spell. You know how to write a paragraph. You know how to explain yourself. But a 6 is art. A 6 almost breaks rules in some places. If we remember this person told this whole big long story full of metaphors until they got here, and then they told the person what they wanted. And it received a 6. It was fun to read. It was interesting. 5, fantastic. But a 6 is art. And we need to practice this year. All right, here's mine. Dear Mr. Ironman, do you remember what life was like before the superheroes arrived? Things were bleak. The streets of the big city metropolises were packed with bad monsters, mad scientists, and sad puppies. The people needed heroes that could take on this breed of new superpower and heavy-duty on villain. The people needed heroes to clean up the streets, take down the corrupt big bosses, and make those puppies happy again. I know you're still deciding whom to invite to Bases DC, and I believe I know the perfect person. Please consider inviting the mysterious Diaz to speak at famous superhero week. What did I try to do here?
Really hook the reader and convince them.
All right, so I tried to hook the reader, I tried to convince them. Why am I doing this?
Because you want to achieve your goal, you want to make it so your favorite one can come.
But what do I have to do first? To get an audience interested, what must I do to the audience?
You must create a good reputation.
Reputation comes later. So I went ahead and did a rhetorical question. I told this story, and I told you to use rhetorical questions or stories, and I said you have an audience. What is the first thing you aim for? When I say you have an audience and aim, what do you aim for? 1, 2, 3.
Emotions.
You aim for the emotions, you aim for the heart. So the first thing you need to do in your first paragraph is you need to entertain them, tell a story, engage them. In other words, that is pathos. That's emotions. All right, so we've got their attention, we tell them a story, we get them interested. Now we have the second paragraph. This is where I explained all my ideas. What am I doing here?
You're conveying the message.
Why am I conveying a message?
Because you're telling them why they should invite Mysterious Diaz to speak at famous superhero week.
I am now giving you my ideas. I am explaining myself. That is logos. That is the message. That is logic. Now that I've gone ahead and gotten your attention, now I want you to go ahead and explain yourself. Why are you right? Why should Mr. Ironman do what we say? I guess I should read that one so you can see it. All right, so the mysterious Diaz's talents and abilities make him one of the greatest superheroes of our time. I'm about to explain it. First of all, transition. His rhetorical skills are great and nonviolent defenses against crime. M. Diaz uses his knowledge of the all-powerful rhetorical triangle to convince, trick, persuade, or con the bad guys. This means that M. Diaz can stop most criminals without throwing a single punch. When his rhetorical skills fail, the mysterious Diaz can rely on his booming voice to silence his enemies. There are times when witty words and fancy phrases aren't enough. Finding himself surrounded by overpowering forces, M. Diaz calls upon his command of intense projected sound to push back the villainous assault. Finally, the mysterious Diaz is just so cool. With his violent values and impressive collection of well-knotted neckties contrasting with his subtle punk goth good looks, M. Diaz's style is so cool and so dazzling that friends and foes are always impressed. The students of Basic DC deserve to have such awesomeness in their lives. So I go ahead, I explained 3 things. We used pi format, we're using logic. I'm just trying to go ahead and do my argument. So that's logos. And now that you've gone ahead and you've entertained them, and you've given your logic, I told you, now give them your opinion or prediction. Go ahead and go to the last page. Everything ready? You can do it right underneath the letter, or you can do it on the next page. So your assignment is an evaluation of persuasive letter. Your purpose is to self-assess the effectiveness of my persuasive letter. Your audience is Mr. Diaz. You are going to begin by sharing your rubric score and telling me how you felt. Were you surprised? Did you expect it? Were you happy? Were you upset? How did you feel about your rubric score? Once you go ahead and do that, I want you to give your first idea. And I want you to share one thing that you believe you did right. What did you do really good? What are you proud of in this paper? And as soon as you share it, I want you to start explaining it. Then I want you to share one thing that you believe you can improve on. And for your explanation, you're going to go ahead and explain how you will improve on that thing next time. You have 15 minutes. You are working all the way through. So I want you to work slowly. You should be aiming for a 6 again. Even though it's just a paragraph, even though it's just a reflection, I want you to aim for a 6. A 6 with everything you write in this class. If you rush this and you finish early, then what I want you to do is you're going to look at it and you're going to write it again even better.
And it may seem obvious. Even if it seems like an obvious answer, give it to me anyway. What are we seeing here, and what did you guys see in the video? And based on what I asked you guys to think about in the bell work, how can you, how can someone else, how do they visually signify that something was very important? How do they do it? Nina?
Well, on this person's head, there's a crown, so maybe that symbolizes that he was probably a king or a prince.
Yeah, definitely. Something else though, something that's more uniform. Stuart.
Okay, is it because they have a halo?
Ah! Yes! He got it. On the head. Oh, pun. On the head. Big old circle right there saying, look at me, I'm important. He has a halo, right? So, let's look at some other halos.
This here is what's going to happen when I put specific metals, specific elements in a flame. They're going to kind of create this different color. So I'm going to do 4 of these today. And you're going to see the different colors. There, let's see, I'm going to do lithium, potassium, copper, and sodium. So let me explain what I have here. All the chemicals that are listed on your paper. The first one we have here is sodium chloride. This is table salt. You guys probably have this at home. The second one I'm going to work with is what we used, we made copper from it. We extracted the copper from it. This is copper 2 chloride. Then I have lithium chloride, and I have potassium chloride. What I like to do when I'm setting up my labs, I like to place beakers directly in front of them, and I know exactly what's gonna go in what. All right, ready? So,
Just fire.
exactly, so we would never want to work with this. They call this a safety flame, which is kind of ironic because it's not that safe to work with. So I'm always going to adjust the gas and make it just a couple inches tall there. Then what I'm going to do, sometimes the vents are on and it goes out here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this vent here. And I'm gonna make it blue. I'm adding oxygen to it. This makes it extremely hot and it makes the reaction happen pretty quickly, so you guys can see it. It works better if you do the red first and then the green, and then I can try and do like half and half here.
Oh, yeah, I can see it happen.
Notice how I'm not actually touching these two things in there. I keep them apart. Because I don't want them to mix together and create like a compound and something new.
Both of your fists out in front of you. We're going to do a jaw shaker, not a jaw breaker. We like your jaws. Don't break them. Shake them. When I say go, we're going to shake it back and forth. We go. All ready? Go.
Push-ups! Yes, sir! Knockout 20. Ready? Begin! 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step. 220 leg up. Begin. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step.
My name is Natalie Jackson. I teach art to 6th and 7th grade, and I am also the Assistant Dean of Students. I've been with Basis DC for 4 years. So I've been working with children for over 10 years. Our school is very unique because we really encourage intellectual curiosity at this school. We get known as a STEM school because of all of our science offerings, but we're very liberal arts as well. I love seeing the connections that kids make between science class, art class, English, etc. This leadership team at this school really helps me be the best art teacher I can be because I, one, get to teach the curriculum I would like to teach. They approve it, but I pretty much get to teach about the types of artists I would like to teach or the ones that I think the students will find the most interesting or get the most out of in their art experience in my class. That makes everything spectacular for an art teacher, that you have a little freedom with your class. I love engaging with the families at Basis DC. I try to attend every event, and so far I've been pretty close to making it to all of the events. Students invite me to birthday parties and other things, so I try to get to those as well. I always communicate, whether I give them a phone call or via email or send a little note home with their child. But I love engaging with the parents.
My name is Jill Fonda. I am the AP Chemistry teacher here at Basis DC, and I'm also their new college counselor. When I started at Basis DC 3 years ago, I actually taught 7th grade physics and have worked in different capacities here as well, so doing extracurriculars and clubs. I have 8 years of teaching experience. I started in New York City public schools teaching chemistry and came to Basis DC 3 years ago, where I started teaching 7th grade physics and have then taught 7th grade chemistry, and I'm now teaching AP chemistry. One characteristic of Basis DC that makes it unique is that we pull from every major zip code in the district, and so the diversity of our school really matches the diversity of the city. Another aspect that makes our school unique is that the rigor doesn't start when students enter our high school. It really starts from the moment they walk in the doors as 5th graders. They learn skills and foundational knowledge that then prepares them for unique aspects of our curriculum, such as taking a full year of chemistry, biology, and physics starting as early as 6th grade. In fact, by the time students finish 8th grade, they'll have taken a full introductory high school course in each of the 3 sciences. The school leadership at Basis DC is really supportive of teachers, and they do this in a couple of different ways. First, they are always in the classrooms and around the building. So they're doing observations, they're giving teachers feedback. They're also supportive of sort of peer groups where we're able to get together and talk about current research in education and different pedagogical techniques. The administration here are also supportive of teachers in terms of allowing us to take risks both in the classroom and also in terms of maybe the clubs we do after school with our students. There's really very few boundaries in terms of what teachers can and cannot do when it comes to learning and the academic experience of our students. I engage with the families of my students every single day that I work here, whether it's through email communication about a specific student in my class or sending out monthly newsletters on behalf of the college counseling office. I constantly try to be in contact with parents and guardians. I also always make sure to attend school events, whether it's an informational session hosted by college counseling or if it's about the family picnic that we hold once a year to get to know both incoming families and also families that have been with us for a while. Engaging with parents really sort of completes the picture for education, in my opinion, because I get to see my students every day, but my students also go home and work with their families. So it's really nice to be able for all 3 parts of that to come together.
Those of you that sit in the front, on the inside, your seat is going to be changed a little bit, so just stand to the side, I'll take care of you, okay? But everyone else have a seat, directions are on the board as per usual. All right, you guys may go in.
Yes, I do feel this is a high quality school, and I feel that way because all of the students are really happy to learn in the school, and they come to school really excited and happy for the day. My favorite thing about the school is probably the teachers, because you can really go to them if you need something and they're there to talk to, not just to teach you things. My least favorite thing about the school is probably the times where people say mean things about people who they think are different, but the teachers usually step right in and deal with it to make sure that the student isn't bullied.
I do feel like this is a high quality school because all the teachers here really care about the subjects that they teach, and there's a real culture of valuing learning. My favorite thing about my school is the community of students and teachers who all care about learning, and there's just a really close-knit atmosphere basis. My least favorite thing about my school is the fact that the building is really small and the hallways are cramped. We don't have a library or anything like that.
I do feel this is a high quality school. When I first got here, I was very surprised by all the teachers they had and how intelligent they were. And I really felt they were challenging in the type of curriculum they gave. My favorite thing about my school, like I said earlier, are the teachers. They're really engaging with the students even during class and outside of class, and they're always willing to help you and find the time to reach you and help you on a subject that you need.
My name is Cecily Miles Slater, and I have one child at Basis. His name is Miles, and he's in the 6th grade. I feel like it is the best middle school in Washington, not just a high quality school. And I know this because the curriculum is outstanding and it isn't being offered anywhere else. And also because my kid's mind is on fire. He comes home totally thrilled about what he's learning. He's quoting Latin, he's musing about space, and he's excited to go to music class and to chemistry lab. And we're thrilled with that. We decided to apply to Basis and to enroll Miles here because we felt that he wasn't being fully challenged at his former school. And also he's a very science-oriented child, so we knew that he would be in his element, no pun intended, if he was here. How does the school engage me as a parent? Tremendously so. There are a lot of opportunities for parents, and you can kind of be as involved as you'd like, but you are, by rote, involved every night with your child's studies. There's a communications journal that goes home every night with all of the assignments, and the parents look over the assignments and work with their child or children to guide them, and help them prioritize. But there are other ways, like I'm on the boosters and I've participated in a lot of events. So again, you can do as much or as little, but the bare minimum is a commitment to doing the work and helping your kid get that work done.
All right, let's wrap up solidly, please.
I'm waiting for everyone to show me that they are ready. When is your homework due?
Tomorrow.
Where is it due?
On your desk.
On your desk. Yes. Okay, you guys may go.
Bye, Mr. Cooper.
Bye.
Thanks for This is ours.
Hey guys, head downstairs. You got your stuff, okay? Head downstairs.
What you get on That means I got 3 out of 15 questions. You can test us, so I have to play that. I don't think I
No, she isn't.